仮面の英雄、バットマン。
At the ocean by night riding on a boat, two fishermen are heading back to the deck after fishing. However, a young fisherman has suddenly got a big bite from his fishing rod as he tries to yank the fish out of the water. However, it pulls him into the water by force, where he sees a humanoid crocodile, making the man terrified and tries to get up to the surface. However, he gets fatally beaten by that crocodile. His friend sees his blood and is horrified by this when suddenly that crocodile jumps out of the ocean to kill him as well.
深海の怪物、キラークロックの奇襲。
The next day at the beach, Tsuji takes Haruko there to clear her mind about the clown mutant for today and just be happy for once. Although Haruko is reluctant at first, she also tells Tsuji about the death of the two fishermen yesterday. Tsuji may doubt that could happen, but she wants to help her friends to make her calm and believes that the same event will not happen on a beautiful beach day. The beachgoers are still disappointed that the lifeguard, Takeshi Wanabuchi, hasn't returned since years ago. Haruko doubts if the Black Mask Army has something to do with this. True by Tsuji, but they can't feel anxious for today, taking Haruko to the ocean to splash around and to cheer up. Just then, a black silhouette is shown underwater as it heads towards Tsuji, as Haruko notices it and tells her to run. Although Tsuji believes that this is one of Haruko's jokes back from her childhood, Haruko is serious about this, as she was about to grab her hand when suddenly the silhouette jumps out of the water to take Tsuji away from Haruko, revealing to be the same crocodile who killed the fisherman, much to Haruko's horror as she witnesses Tsuji getting restrained and fell unconscious as a result while the beachgoers evacuate while others tried to pull away Haruko from the monster, as that crocodile takes her underwater, leaving Haruko in despair. First someone that she lost dear, and now her best friend. Later, the police arrive to investigate the attack, as Yuki also arrives to get information from them and the beachgoers about a crocodile monster, as well as Takeshi's disappearance. Believing this is related to the army's plots for abducting and brainwashing Takeshi as that crocodile, now known as Subject Number 13, Killer Croc. He leaves the beach, but gets confronted by Haruko who tells him that he's hiding something that she and Tsuji don't want to know about, asking him if he's really Batman. Yuki doesn't have the time for this as he was about to head to his motorcycle, but Haruko both emotionally stops and pulling him away from the vehicle, yelling that she first lost that person related to the clown mutant, and now Tsuji from that crocodile mutant, and wants to know if he's really that masked hero, becoming aggressive to him to answer as the police saw the commotion as they head there to restrain and take Haruko away from harming the president who leaves with his bike, leaving Haruko screaming in depression as she gets handcuffed by the police for her violent behavior. After calling Shoko to get the Bat Machine 02 ready, Yuki arrives back at his mansion to put on the bat buckle, becoming Batman, and heads underground to enter that new machine, Batmarine, for him to go underwater into finding Killer Croc, who is about to feast on Tsuji as his next prey. However, Batman arrives to take out Killer Croc from the submarine's missiles, allowing the hero to rescue Tsuji again, taking her inside the vehicle from its bat claw. However, Killer Croc is immune to their blast as he tries to damage the Batmarine. Batman, getting into a scuba diving suit, exits the vehicle to attack Killer Croc, taking him to the surface at a forest. The Cajun summons the Mooks to attack the hero but fails. However, Batman can't weaken Killer Croc due to his tough skins of a crocodile. Luckily, Batman uses the grappling phone in blaster mode to activate and upgrade blasts to hit the Cajun's head to induce unconsciousness, losing his hardened defense, allowing Batman to pierce the Cajun's blood out of the corrupted heart, turning him back into Takeshi as Batman takes him to the hospital from his Batmarine. Tsuji wakes up in the marine to see Batman heading back to the vehicle, as he tells her about what happened, making Tsuji to thank him again and decides to head back to the hotel to hope that Haruko was alright and apologize to her about the trip to the beach. Batman looks at her running as he says to himself that he feels sorry towards Tsuji about what happened to Haruko and her suffering. Tsuji heads back to her hotel room, where she sees Haruko not there, just before one of the hotel guests tells her that Haruko got arrested by the police, much to her horror, as the story ends in a prison showing Haruko behind bars, in tears of her behavior that her goal of getting answers about the clown mutant and Yuki as Batman are now gone. What will be the outcome of this? The next Cajun, Killer Moth, is tasked on creating a blackout in Japan, but something's not right with that mutant. Tsuti visits an arrested Haruko who considers herself guilty.
キラーモスの恐怖、光を取り戻せ。